Hey y'all, it's your favorite Brittany at TeethandTendrils, and today I'm going to show you how to get this super fluffy, fleeky wash and go with no gel. And that part's important for me because I've always had super soft hair. Even when I was relaxed, my hair would just never hold any type of styles, any type of curls, anything like that. And so when I went natural, started to get the hang of this wash and go thing, I said, oh great, got it, but I'll never be able to not use gel. And here we are. So before we move any further, go ahead and click that subscribe button, then we'll head on over and I'll show you how it's done. So we're starting on freshly washed, deep conditioned hair. In my spray bottle, I've got water and a few drops of lavender and lemongrass essential oils from Doterra. Don't worry, there's a video coming out soon about how I use essential oils in my daily routine. So I'll be using the LCO method, which is liquid, cream, and oil. The liquid I'm using is Alakay Naturals Lemongrass Leave-In. The cream is TGIN Green Tea Super Moist Leave-In. And the oil is TGIN Argan Replenishing Hair and Body Serum. I'll leave a link below for all the products. But basically, LCO is just a way to add layers of moisture to your hair. And here we'll take a quick break and you can catch a glimpse of my playlist. All right, as you can see, we are halfway done. I already pinned this side back because we're about to go to this Bantu knot. But now I'm gonna talk you through the wash and go. The wash and go. Who thought of that, first of all? But anyway, the wash and go in detail. So let's take this Bantu knot out. For me, I want my hair damp, not necessarily dripping soaking wet. Some naturals do it that way, which is why some people do it in the shower, their wash and go. I just don't like that feeling of like water and like drip, and I can't, it's just too much for me. So damp is fine. So y'all have seen this part already, the LCO method, and I'll just add that I use water first and pretty much throughout the process because it helps dissolve all the products together. All right, let's get to the good stuff, the actual styling. I'm going to take a little section of hair and I'm going to tuck this away for now. Yep. Gonna take a little bit of product and we're just gonna rub it up. Yep. And you wanna make sure that it's smooth. If you feel any lumps or bumps, those lumps or bumps are gonna result in your curls. So you wanna make sure your product is dispersed evenly and that each strand is coated. So here comes the shingling part. I literally, so if you can see this section, I guess, breaks down into about 3-4 smaller sections. And so I'm just gonna take it where it feels like it naturally wants to split. So for me, that's like here, and I just twist it around my fingers a little bit. Now keep in mind, this is just enhancing the curl that I already have, right? But yeah, so that's that, tuck that away. Same thing, just get a little section, tuck that part away. Make sure it's smooth. Maybe rake it a little bit to make sure it's super duper detangled product. And you know, just literally where it feels like it wants to split, just let it. Make sure the product is rubbed in. Yep. And some you may want to do just a little bit more. And honestly, one of my biggest things is I hate when it doesn't come out super duper defined, but every curl is not going to be super duper defined. And that's fine too. What you can do is add a little more water and an even lesser amount of product. Because keep in mind, you don't want the product to flake up on you. And a lot of times what solves that webbing issue too is just keeping the section bigger, Boom. Fun fact, so like I said, I like to sing when I do this. And I was doing a Maya playlist today on Apple Music. So I found this gem that I want to share because it just made me super happy. Don't mind me, y'all. Y'all know I believe in a good old dance break, a good old sing break, child. Just something to keep myself entertained because, as you can see, this takes forever. Not even gonna lie. It takes me about a little over an hour to set it from start to finish. But, you know, it's gonna be Fleek. You're gonna be popping, so stay tuned. Whew, we are just gonna breeze right on to the finish line. So once I'm completely done, I just put some argan oil on my hair and I put some pins in my crown for height. And that's it. So before we go, I'm gonna give you Teeth and Tendrils top 3 tips. Say that 5 times fast. But anyway, here we go. Number 1. Make sure you're working on clean hair, at least co-wash if not completely shampooed. Just with the layering of the products on your hair, the last thing that you want is for these products to build up just because your hair is dirty. But if it's us, girl, it's fine. A little flake here and there. Child, I just tell them it's mermaid glitter. Rule number 2. Put the products in small sections if you want super defined curls. Especially the fact that we didn't use any gel. Your hair's already gonna get bigger by default because there's not as much hold. So if you want a lot of definition, you've gotta really take your time and put it in there no matter what method you use. However, if you just wanna go straight for the gusto, big volume day 1, just put the products in larger sections. That's cool too. Rule number 3, do not go to bed on a wet head. Hey, that rhymes. Yeah, so whether you sit under a dryer, whether you diffuse, whether you set your hair so early in the evening that it's dry by the time you go to bed, or if you just wake up early and set it in the morning, whatever you gotta do, just don't go to bed on a wet head. Because what's gonna happen is as your hair is drying, it's gonna take the shape of that pillow, which is flat, right? And we don't want that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend setting in the morning in the winter because then you're gonna go outside with a wet head and you can get sick. I can just hear my grandma telling me that now. But you know, what I like to do is I'll set my hair early enough in the evening. I let it air dry for as long as I can, at least an hour, 2 hours. Then I go in with the diffuser, hit the high points and go to bed. It doesn't have to be 100% dry, but I would say 70-80% is good. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to subscribe and share, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.